Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Comic Book Nerd. And in today's second video, we of course have an update regarding Hawkeye Season 2. We're going to talk about this official update coming from a Marvel producer and just kind of break down overall what they said about a Hawkeye Season 2. But first, if you are new to the channel, you already know what to do. Leave a like, subscribe, turn that bell on as we are on the road to Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. Hit that sub button so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos, MCU news, Disney, Star Wars, DC, all of that stuff. We talk about it here on the channel pretty much on a daily. So hit that sub button, leave a comment down below so you do not miss out on any of the latest videos. And without further ado, let us go ahead and hop into this update. So, the direct's Russ Milheim recently spoke with Wonder Man showrunner Andrew Guest, during which conversation turned to his previous MCU work for Disney Plus as a consulting producer on Hawkeye. Sadly, the producer of Brooklyn Nine-Nine fame had only bad news to share about a potential Hawkeye Season 2. Milheim said, and I quote, "You also worked on Hawkeye. I just wondered, have you had any involvement at all with any sort of development on a Season 2? Have you been able to dip back into that world at all?" The guest goes on to say, "There was a lot of talk at a certain point about we did explore creatively what Hawkeye Season 2 might be if we were able to do it. Unfortunately, the timing didn't work out in terms of Marvel and all the various pieces that needed to come together. But I loved working on Hawkeye. I think Jeremy Renner and Haley Steinfeld are so terrific together, and I would love to see more of those too." So, bad news for all of you Hawkeye fans right there, that Hawkeye Season 2 is not going to be coming out anytime soon on Disney Plus. And ultimately, I don't really think that Hawkeye Season 2 is ever going to come out. Obviously, Jeremy Renner did have that fatal, of course, crash with the snowplow incident all the way back about 2 years ago, I believe. And yes, he is still recovering from that, but he has been doing other projects and stuff like that. And in an interview, he actually said that Marvel Studios only offered him half of the money that he got paid on Season 1. So he was not too happy about that, as I'm sure a lot of you guys can imagine. And ultimately, it just wasn't going to work out. Renner, obviously, of course, did share some of the plot details for a Hawkeye Season 2, but ultimately, it's just not going to work out because it's really nothing that Marvel needs to do right now. Marvel Studios, obviously, they introduced Haley Steinfeld in Season 1 of Hawkeye. And then, of course, now she's going to go on with the Avengers and Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. She's going to be part of the Young Avengers. Hawkeye, on the other hand, is also probably going to be part of the Avengers and Avengers Doomsday. And I would be very shocked if he did not return in Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, and then kind of give that mantle to Kate Bishop to wrap it all up and move on to the next phase of the MCU, where they're going to reboot a lot of things. So I think Jeremy Renner is pretty much done as Hawkeye. I think Hawkeye Season 1 was ultimately the last time we are going to see him as a main actor, other than, of course, Avengers Secret Wars and Avengers Doomsday. And then Haley Steinfeld continues on into the new MCU, where she will be the next Hawkeye, where she will be a part of the Young Avengers, and where they will, of course, kind of interfere with mutants, and maybe we get an X-Men versus Avengers type of thing there. But you guys, let me know your thoughts on this Hawkeye Season 2 update in the comments down below. It's sounding like they are not going to be making a Hawkeye Season 2, and ultimately, it just makes a lot of sense. Like I said, Marvel Studios, there really isn't a time right now to do a Season 2. We have Brand New Day, then we have Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, and that's pretty much it of the Marvel, kind of this Marvel landscape, before we get into the X-Men and the Mutant Saga and all of that. So ultimately, it's not really going to work out, and it makes sense that it's not going to. But you guys, like I said, let me know your thoughts about Season 2 not happening in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn that bell on as we are on the road to Avengers Doomsday. Let me know what you thought of this news in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.